Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can boost your credibility by understanding and implementing these 6 dimensions of credibility. First though, Daniel O'Keefe, communications expert, defines credibility as a judgment made by a perceiver about the believability of the communicator. Put more simply, this means if and how much somebody believes what you are telling them. Let's jump into 3 primary dimensions of credibility, and then we'll talk about 3 secondary dimensions of credibility, all important to boost your credibility. The first primary dimension of credibility, and the most important, is expertise. If you want to show that you're credible, you have to know your stuff, or at least appear to know your stuff. Sometimes a degree or a title alone will be enough to confer this credibility and expertise. However, if you really want to show your expertise, it's important that you demonstrate that you're experienced, well-trained, informed, and you have the proper skill set, and overall show a sense of competence and qualifications. Interestingly, here's a little side note. If you're trying to gain credibility in a lower stakes scenario, unrelated expertise might actually work in your favor. This is known as what's called the halo effect. In a research study, a Confederate walked around a shopping mall selling raffle tickets. In one experimental condition, he walked around and had these incredible calculating skills, and he wooed the participants and the buyers of raffle tickets with his calculating ability. In a second scenario, he made a complete fool of himself. He couldn't make any calculations, and he was making a lot of errors in his calculating ability. And in a final condition, he didn't prove to have any special skill or any special calculating ability. Significantly more raffles were purchased in the first scenario where he was a calculating wizard, even though the raffles that were being purchased had absolutely nothing to do with calculating ability. This is just a little side note. Of course, if you want to gather and gain credibility, relevant experience and relevant expertise are crucial to establishing and boosting your credibility. The second primary dimension of credibility is trustworthiness. You may appear knowledgeable, but you also have to portray that you are being truthful and that you can be trusted. For example, if your car needs new brakes, you don't just want a qualified mechanic. You're going to want an honest qualified mechanic. This way, they won't encourage you to do repairs on your vehicle that are not really needed just so that they can gain an extra commission. Therefore, to successfully enhance your credibility, you must convey an impression of honesty and integrity. The third and final primary dimension of credibility is goodwill. Researchers McCroskey and Tevin suggest that goodwill is synonymous with perceived caring. That is, you have to seem to care about and take a genuine interest in your audience. Goodwill can be demonstrated by showing an understanding for one's ideas, feelings, and needs, by showing empathy, and by responding to their communication attempts. Phrases like, "I hear where you're coming from," or "I can relate to that," or "I really sympathize with how you're feeling," would effectively demonstrate and display this quality. Secondary dimensions of credibility tend to be more situation-specific. The first is extroversion, which has to do with how enthusiastic, animated, and energetic that you appear. Certain situations will call for you to have a certain amount of energy and vigor to captivate your audience. You have to be careful though, because in some situations, being too bubbly or too energetic may actually diminish your credibility. The key here is to match your levels of extroversion with the demands of each specific situation. Composure is another secondary dimension of credibility. In certain situations, it is crucial that you remain calm, cool, and collected. For example, James Bond radiates this quality. On the flip side, if you lose composure or seem nervous, you may actually lose credibility. For example, in a situation where your expertise or your trustworthiness comes into question, if you're able to respond to this in a calm manner and effectively respond to the person, you will likely maintain your credibility. However, if you get nervous or don't know how to respond or maybe get upset with the person, you're likely to lose credibility in that situation. Finally, we have sociability. Here we're talking about your friendliness and your likability. If somebody likes you, they're much more likely to consider you a credible source. So friendliness, empathy, and authenticity will go such a long way in establishing your credibility with others. So, if you want to boost your credibility, make sure you work to effectively enhance these 6 dimensions of credibility. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you were able to learn something from this. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more psychology-related content every week. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot them down below, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.